We are here at the Concord Holiday Inn because the NHGOP Executive Committee will be making a decision, we think, pretty soon. And I'm standing here with Jerry DeLemus, who is the chair of the Granite State Patriot Liberty PAC. And Jerry, what's been going on with you? Why are you here? And what do you think will happen? And what do you think your reaction will be to it?
Well, what's been going on, I think, is a huge blunder brought on by our national delegation and also our Speaker of the House and the Senate President, Bragdon. They decided that in a conference call it was time for Jack to go, and that conference call, and then the arm twisting began within the executive committee to make sure that they had enough votes. Part of my problem with that is one, it's not the national delegation or the Senate President or the Speaker of the House's job to decide what happens to the New Hampshire GOP chair. It's the executive committee, and it's not for them to bring that pressure to bear on them and twist their arms into a vote on whether Jack stays or goes. That should have been initiated by the executive committee. So I've got a bit of a problem with the organization of this event. Jack's been accused of everything. I'm quite sure he's responsible for the tsunami that hit Japan a few months back. And it's frustrating because he's a patriot. He's dedicated his time to serve in New Hampshire, especially New Hampshire Republicans, to the GOP. He completely supports the New Hampshire GOP platform, and he's being treated worse than the Republicans have ever treated a Democrat in this state.
Well,
and
certainly he's being treated worse than Fergus Cullen, who oversaw some of the worst bloodbaths electorally here in New Hampshire and went through a lot more money in doing so.
Yeah, and Jack still had the burden of paying off some of Fergus Cullen's debt that he ran up when he became chairman of the New Hampshire GOP. And in the process, if they have some complaints about Jack, they could handle that in a private way through the executive committee. But the public lashing, I mean, the press leaks by Jennifer Horn that put this all out in the press through the National Telegraph, the Union Leader, were awful. Her asking Jack to resign. Who is she to ask him to resign? I mean, two failed attempts at running for Congress, and that gives her some authority to be able to go out and go after Jack Kimball and to be the judge of whether he should stay or not. That's the executive committee's job, not Jennifer Horn's or the other elected officials.
Well, I think I received the answers I was asking you about. So, Jerry, I want to say thanks for taking a few minutes with Granite Rock.
My pleasure, Skip. Thank you.